It is not only one of the greatest upsets of all time, it is one of the greatest caps to a career of all time. Like, if he, all through what he's been through, wins the interim title, wins the BMF title, if he does that and caps his career,
with that one.
He's such a pretty boy that he was so concerned about the blood so immediately. I hit him with the uppercut. He's bleeding and he started touching it over and over and over. But I mean, he's so fucking dangerous. You know, I don't know how I stayed away from some of those shots. He definitely rocked me, but you know, I just kept telling myself that to just trust my abilities, you know, not be emotional. And again, when I say I don't have emotions, like, nothing feels better.
Now let's break down the key moments that allowed Justin Gaethje to gradually take control against Ilia Topuria over the course of the fight. Looking back at the action, it becomes much clearer how the injuries Topuria later disclosed developed through a series of damaging exchanges rather than from a single moment. The punishment steadily accumulated as the contest progressed, ultimately leading to the condition fans saw after the bout. The outcome surprised nearly everyone watching. In the aftermath, Joe Rogan shared his thoughts on the performance, while Dana White also weighed in on the fight and its dramatic...
Ilia Topuria will look back and go, why didn't I let him up?
What about that 1 minute between the rounds? If Ilia had to come out with that 1 minute when they were looking at him and he said he couldn't see, Justin might have stopped him right then. Ilia had a full minute to completely recover that he should have gotten. Inexperienced doctor.
They overruled Doctor, who may not have been as experienced in this.
Mark said it was an inexperienced doctor. You gotta let them fight.
Gotta let them fight.
If they want to fight, you gotta...
You too. Dana White's comments proved to be well-founded. UFC Freedom 250 delivered one of the most significant nights in the promotion's history, with massive anticipation surrounding every matchup on the card. However, once the event came to an end, attention quickly moved away from Justin Gaethje's impressive victory and toward Ilia Topuria's physical condition. Fans across the MMA world immediately began wondering how severe his injuries were. Not long afterward, Dana White addressed the situation and released the first official update on Topuria's health. Interview 3. Justin
Gaethje against Paddy Pimblett. I think that he's gonna...
You think Paddy's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's a fucking animal.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to grapple. And Paddy knows
But he's a Division I wrestler. He knows how to grapple. You don't think he knows how to grapple? He just chooses not to. He chooses to stand and fight.
I don't think so. Did you ever saw him submitting someone?
I don't believe he's ever submitted someone, but I think that's because he likes to just crush people. He likes to bang it out and fight. He used to fight.
What everyone likes is to dominate people and to win as soon as possible. If you have the ability to submit someone as soon as you can, you would do it.
I think that's your mindset. I think Justin Gaethje's mindset is to be the most violent person alive. The thing is, man, don't think that Justin Gaethje can't win. Like, anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. Like in Ilia Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to kill you. This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. He's always moving forward, trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forgetting, Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. That guy loves battles. It's not like this tactical take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. The way he fought, you're like, good Lord.
Yeah, he fights savage.
Comments gave many fans a completely different perspective on the battle. He admitted that Ilia Topuria's explosive speed and relentless attacks to the body pushed him to the edge, revealing that his liver remained sore even after the fight had ended. His remarks highlighted just how close Topuria came to finishing the contest before everything changed. But championship fights can shift in an instant. Gaethje managed to survive the most dangerous moments, regained his composure, and once the momentum swung in his favor, the entire fight unfolded in a completely different direction. Few people described that dramatic turning point more effectively than Joe Rogan. Interview 4. Joe Rogan's breakdown echoed the opinion shared by many fans after the fight. He argued that the outcome wasn't decided by...
I went there with any expectations. I had none. I thought he was going to be faster, thought he'd be stronger, I thought he'd hit a lot harder. I always tell myself they're better than me. And, you know, it makes me push myself. Like I need to push myself to be the best that I can be, to perform at the best level.
Or a random moment of luck. Instead, he believed the contest was ultimately shaped by a dramatic shift in momentum. According to Rogan, the turning point came in the second round when Ilia Topuria poured everything into an aggressive attempt to finish Justin Gaethje. For a short period, it seemed the undefeated champion was on the verge of securing the victory. But Gaethje managed to withstand the relentless attack. Once he regained his footing, the momentum swung firmly in his direction. As a champion,
one thing I know for a fact is that he never fought with someone like me. And the only thing that I want from Justin is to him to show up in the event, and I'm gonna do the rest. You know what I mean?
My first fight ever was outside, and one of my last fights will be outside. So it's a crazy life. I'm gonna be so ready. I'm so ready to put it on the line. I don't give a fuck if he beats me, doesn't beat me, doesn't matter. I'm coming in there and I'm gonna try to knock this motherfucker out. I will be throwing missiles on the White House lawn on June 14th.
Gaethje's constant pressure began to take its toll, and the damage to Topuria's face became more noticeable with every exchange. Even as the swelling increased and his vision continued to deteriorate, Topuria refused to back down, earning widespread respect from both fans and fellow fighters for his toughness and determination. Interview 5. Paddy Pimblett viewed Ilia Topuria's loss from a different angle. Rather than concentrating on their personal rivalry, he focused on the psychological challenge of facing genuine adversity.
The main event was the greatest fight of all time. It literally was the greatest fight of all time because the guy that won it, Justin Gaethje, was in many books a 6-1 underdog, which is crazy odds for a guy who was an interim lightweight champion. He fought the best of the best, one of the best to ever do it, a BMF champion, super durable, extremely dangerous, and that's how good Ilia Topuria is. That's how good Ilia is. In many people's eyes, Ilia Topuria is the most skilled fighter of the new generation, and the new generation is arguably the most skilled era in MMA history. Ilia was at the very top of that mountain, and most people believed he would simply be too much for Justin. For a while, he almost took Justin out in the second round, but then Justin rallied. It looked like Ilia suffered significant damage in either the first or second round. He was clearly having trouble seeing out of one eye. Then Justin started landing heavy shots in the third round. Ilia had slowed down considerably. It seemed like he had emptied the tank trying to finish Justin in the second. Sometimes when a fighter pushes that hard for a finish, they burn through too much energy and struggle to recover between rounds. Justin recovered, and Justin started battering Ilia in the third and fourth rounds. By the end of the fourth round, Ilia retired on his stool. He couldn't see properly out of either eye. He had absorbed a brutal knee to the body while grounded. Justin had controlled him and drove a powerful knee into his rib cage. You could see the immediate reaction. The round ended shortly afterward. When he returned to the corner, he simply couldn't continue. You wonder if he broke a rib. That's certainly possible. But perhaps even more significant was the damage around his eyes. As both eyes were badly swollen. His nose was badly damaged. He had absorbed countless punches to the face. It even looked like there might have been orbital damage, possibly a fractured orbital bone, because the swelling around both sides of his face was extreme. He was almost unrecognizable, and yet he stayed in the fight as long as he could. But when you can't see, you can't see, and when you've taken that much damage, sometimes the smartest decision is to stop. Ilia is a very intelligent fighter, and I think he understood the reality of the situation. At that point, he couldn't properly defend himself.
Throughout his undefeated run, Topuria had always been the one setting the pace, overwhelming opponents with relentless pressure and often finishing fights before they had a chance to recover. Against Justin Gaethje, however, the dynamic was completely different. For the first time in his career, Topuria was forced to deal with sustained resistance from an opponent who refused to break, creating a mental test unlike anything he had experienced inside the octagon. Interview 6. This time, however, the situation was completely reversed. Instead,
Enjoyed this moment, and yeah, it was such a crazy ride. We had a lot of delays. A couple of the rehearsal. Again, I wouldn't recommend this to my enemy. We are some of the toughest people on this earth. The body shots were crazy. I mean, he was really, really fast, but when he didn't get the finish at the end of the second round, I think it really took his spirit. And, you know, again, I said it in the press conference leading up. I was like, he really backed himself into a corner saying he's going to be so dominant. And I said it. When we go to the second round, you're going to be like, what the fuck? When we go to the third round, you're going to be like, what the fuck? And, you know, that's what I did tonight.
Did you feel he was broken after he didn't get that finish?
I never felt he was broken because he was so dangerous at the whole time. But in the third round, when I started landing those jabs, when he started finding his back foot, I knew something.
Opponent into difficult moments. Topuria found himself having to battle through prolonged adversity. Paddy Pimblett believes the way he handles this experience could shape the future of his career. MMA history is filled with examples of champions who never fully recovered after suffering a major setback, while others used defeat as motivation to return stronger than ever. In Pimblett's view, Topuria's response to this challenge will ultimately determine which path he follows. Interview 7. One detail that is often forgotten after an intense championship fight.
Absolutely no quit in him. It simply doesn't exist. If you went looking for quit inside Justin Gaethje, you'd find nothing. An empty room. No signs of weakness. No surrender. No escape route. That's just not who he is. Can he lose? Of course. He's human. But quitting has never been part of the equation, and that's what makes him so dangerous. He's been through the deepest trenches this sport has to offer. 5-round wars. Chaotic battles, absolute madness inside the cage, the kind of fights that break most people. Yet somehow, Justin seems to come alive in those moments. The more violent the fight becomes, the more comfortable he looks. The more exhausting the battle gets, the more willing he is to keep pushing forward. Most fighters survive chaos. Justin thrives in it. There's a reason he's often described as the most violent man competing in the most violent sport on earth, because when everything turns ugly, when technique gives way to pure grit and determination, that's where Justin Gaethje is at his most dangerous. And on this night, that relentless mindset became the difference. While others would have faded, Justin kept marching forward, round after round, shot after shot, never backing up, never
He escapes without injuries of his own. Justin Gaethje revealed that after 5 exhausting rounds, he was dealing with pain in his hand, jaw, and body. Even so, he spoke with genuine respect for Ilia Topuria's skills and toughness. Despite the physical punishment both fighters endured, Gaethje made it clear that he viewed Topuria as an exceptionally dangerous opponent who pushed him to his limits throughout the contest. Interview 8. Although Ilia Topuria had suffered significant damage throughout the fight, Justin Gaethje admitted he never truly felt out of danger.
Just what? Oh my God, he's gonna quit. Oh my God, Ilia Topuria, you little bitch. Don't you dare quit like this. I couldn't see, and I carried on fucking fighting because I'm not a little bitch. I got my eye gouged and I fucking carried on fighting. Give him an extra 30 seconds breathing and everything. I didn't fucking get that when I got gouged in the eye. When his thumb basically touched me brain, I didn't get that. But you've got it for being a little bitch. You're ready to quit, Ilia, you little bitch. And this is what I'd do to you. I'd make you fucking quit. Oh! Nice right hand by Justin. Oh!
This little guy, Ilia, thought he was on my level. I told everyone, he's not my level. Nobody on my level, brother. If he wants, he can come Dagestan 2-3 years and train with us. And then he'll be ready. This guy is big quitter. He quit on stool in biggest fight of his life. My trainer Khabib
emphasized that Topuria remained a constant threat until the final moments, showing just how dangerous he was despite the injuries. Joe Rogan shared a similar opinion, describing Gaethje as one of the toughest and most fearless fighters in mixed martial arts. According to Rogan, Gaethje thrives in adversity, refuses to give up under pressure, and often delivers his best performances when the fight becomes its most intense and unpredictable.